What could be done to prevent mass shootings? A lot of these mass shooters aren't just coming out of nowhere. According to this study, a solid majority of mass shooting were part of domestic violence or the shooters had a history of domestic violence. Not going to spend all night digging into this, but I wouldn't be surprised if mass shooters are likely to have history of other violent or otherwise antisocial, stalking for example, crimes and behaviors. Mass shooting isn't generally the start, it's an escalation, and I think it's a pretty good indication that we really need to handle domestic violence and other such crimes a lot better, if not for how fucked up it already is, then to stop it from escalating into something worse. Stop turning shooters into celebrities in the media. Edit. Some people are confused. 1. Not making them celebrities doesn't mean talking about mass shootings. Just not plastering their names and faces everywhere. 2. I'm British. I don't know what's best for Americans as well as they do. But here's some thoughts. I don't think you can copy-paste UK policy to the US. It's like changing someone's intrinsic identity. Take Iran for example. One of the lowest alcohol mortality rates. Imagine an Iranian saying to a British person, why don't you just ban alcohol? It causes so much death. We banned it and our rate of mortality due to alcohol is one of the lowest in the world. You'd say something like, why should I give up something I enjoy and is part of my culture because a few bad apples take it too far? From talking to them, Americans view guns the same way. Why does someone else doing wrong with guns have any bearing on me who's just using it for fun, protection? I'd say a mix as gun regulations and mental health support and not making martyrs of shooters has the best chance. As a teacher, it starts with kids needing love and care at home, which leads to people having their basic Maslow needs met so they aren't constantly struggling. And mental health needs to become a priority instead of something we mostly ignore in the US. Kids, and adults, seek power and a sense of control through a gun because it's missing in the rest of their life. Sorts by controversial. Stop allowing everyone to buy guns. Take mental health care and bullying seriously. What do other countries that don't have them do? Social safety nets, less prison industrial complex, less school-to-prison pipeline, less glorification, and less strength, of the military, healthcare for all, paid parental leave, high minimum number of vacation days per year, heavily restricted gun access, smaller class sizes, fewer after-school activities, more intergenerational households, etc. Now choose the causative factor. Domestic violence laws that actually do something. 60% of mass shooters have past DV issues. But if you look at the DV numbers in cops, then you'll start to really see the problem. And healthcare for everyone. Make getting shot illegal. Better social safety nets, mental health help. Make therapy more easily accessible for people who are middle or lower class. And actually take mental health and bullying seriously, instead of falsely advocating for it and brushing it off when people need serious mental help. Edit. I've accidentally left out another point I meant to make. I thought I'd share it upon remembering it. Recognize signs when someone is going to be a threat to themselves or other people and do something about it. It's important to note when someone is planning to hurt themselves or other people. Give everyone small, personal nukes. How do you stop a bad guy with a gun? Nukes. Reverse the Reagan-era policies that closed most of the state-run mental health treatment facilities. My family had a crisis with my brother last year and me and my father spent all day calling facilities all over Texas. The soonest anyone could get him in was 7 months. In the UK, the general public doesn't have easy access to guns. The last mass shooting was in 2010 and there have been 4 mass shootings in total in the past 35 years. 1987 Hungerford Massacre, 31 people were shot, 16 fatally. 1989 Monkston shootings, 15 people were shot, 1 fatality. 1996 Dunblane Massacre, 32 shot, 16 fatalities, 15 of the dead were young children. 2010 Cumbria shootings, 23 shot, 12 fatalities. In the USA, it seems to me that it's not your average criminals, who may more easily get their hands on a gun, that carry out these atrocities. It is someone in the general public that snaps. It seems such a simple solution to stop allowing the general public to buy guns. Deal with the mental health issues and treat all people as valued parts of society and support them when they need it. Paying attention and actually doing something when there's a threat. Just look at the shooting by the 6-year-old a few weeks ago. His teacher, the victim, has retained a lawyer because there were multiple times that day where the kid was reported to have a gun and administration just kept blowing it off. There were half a dozen times just that day that the incident could have been prevented, not to mention all the red flags on previous days.